I'm going to show you everything you need to know to raise, breed, slaughter, mob farming with animals in industrial foregoing. I have filmed this video on 1.21.1. However, I have played this mod over many versions, and I can tell you it has barely changed over time. So if you are playing on a different version, this video should be absolutely fine for you. Let's get started then. So these are the machines we're pretty much be using. Animal feeder, baby separator, etc. I'm going to go through them one at one. Starting off by looking at the machines if you're not used to them. In a lot of industrial foregoing machines, we have like an input or an output slot. We have this green bar. As the green bar goes down, when it hits the bottom, that's when it's going to perform an action. So if it's going to animal feeder, when it gets to the bottom, that is when it's going to feed the animals. Power, we have these few buttons over here. Redstone mode, if you want to only use it with redstone or not. Show the working area. As you can see here, the working area is only 1 square. You will need to put in an add-on, like a range upgrade, like this one here, range tier 2. And you can see the working area is now a lot bigger. It will feed animals within this larger area. Hide position particles. You will see sometimes little particles appear. I can't really see any on this one. Let me show you on this farming one. Can you see these little particles appearing? That just hides those. And then this one over here, food input, is just showing like where do you want to input food from? You know, do you want to let food go in from the top of the machine, the bottom machine, or not, basically. This is just a Patreon button for the mod author. Not for me, but for the mod author, if you're wondering what that is. And then power. And again, you can just shove power wherever you want. You know, and it'll automatically connect. So we have the animal feeder. What I'm going to put in here is some wheat. We're using cows in our example. And as you can see, it's going to automatically feed the cows and therefore breed them in that working area. You do need to put fences on top, otherwise they will be able to escape. What I've then got in the middle is an animal baby separator. And you can see here, it says move babies or move adults. You can choose which ones you want to move. I personally choose to move the babies. So it's going to move the babies from here into here. And then I wait for them to grow up, as you can see. And they've all grown up. And that is the animal baby separator. So if you're placing it from here, let's say I place it here, it's going to move the babies from this side to this side, and that's how it works. So you need to work out which side you're facing and which way you want it to go. So again, if I put it in front of you, the bit that's nearest you is where they'll be moved to, and that is an animal baby separator. Now, unfortunately in Minecraft 1.21, we don't have the adult filter for our mob crusher. So this is the next machine, the mob crusher. And this is actually what's going to slaughter the mobs. Now, in older versions, there was something called an adult filter. And the way that would work is that you can put a filter in here in the upgrade slots, and it would only kill adults. Meaning, if we say animal baby separator, move over the babies, the mob crusher won't kill them until they grow into adults, which is a perfect mob farm. I don't know if they just haven't implemented it in this version yet, but there is no adult filter in 1.21. So you do need to take that into account when you are separating them. What the mob crusher will do is it will kill the animals and take loot from them. We have the output and the essence bit. So you can see here we're getting mob essence. If you see this tick box here, produce essence, mobs will generate essence. Yes, and that will make that you'll get loot drops and you'll get experience essence. If you make it to a cross, they won't generate any essence, but instead the essence would be used by the machine to increase a random chance of looting when it slaughters the animal. So you can sacrifice getting the liquid essence and instead you'll get looting in the mob crusher. Completely up to you, obviously, which way you do it. And that's basically how you can rear, breed, separate and slaughter your mobs. The animal rancher, then, well, this is actually going to shear and milk animals and things like that. It has a fluid, like if you're doing milk, and it has an output for if you're doing wool and things. And again, with the working area, which we've only got as one little bit here, this is how you would, shear your animals and things like this. And we can upgrade it again as well for range upgrades or efficiency upgrades on there. So we've got the animal feeder, which is going to feed your animals and breed them. We've got the animal baby separator, and we can say, do you want to move adults or babies? And then we have the animal rancher, which will shear and milk your animals. And then we have the mob crusher, which will slaughter them. There is also the mob slaughter factory, which is slightly different. This is going to make liquid meat and pink slime. It will not produce any loot, but it will kill the animals still. And this is how you get pink slime. Pink slime is something quite valuable. We can put that in a dissolution chamber and make loads of different cool things. As you can see, all these different recipes here need pink slime. A dissolution chamber I go over in a separate tutorial, but it's basically just a crafting machine that uses all these different things to make something. The liquid meat then, we can actually put again into a dissolution chamber to make things like a mechanical dirt, or you can put it into a metallurgic mycelial generator, which uses liquid meat and ingots to make power. And we can also wash the ore with liquid meat, making it into raw ore meat, which is very strange, I know. And you can then ferment it into fermented ore meat, and then fluid civet, etc. Basically, it's ore processing. So you can use your liquid meat for ore processing and pink slime for other things. And this is basically just slaughtering mobs rather than getting loot from them. So that's another option there. Then we have the sewer. This just stands below your animals. So the sewer, as you can see here, I've got loads of cows and I have a sewer beneath them. This will passively collect sewage from your animals periodically, just passively. It won't hurt them or anything. And then you can then pump out that sewage into a sewage composter. That will automatically turn the liquid sewage into fertilizer. And fertilizer can then be used in your plant fertilizer for your crop farms if you have them. And that is something else that you can do with animals. So there you go, guys. That is everything we need to know about animal husbandry in industrial foregoing. So we've got our animal feeder. You can redstone control it. The working area, which we can upgrade with range add-ons. Position particles. We can change the direction of the food input. Power it from any side. Remember, the green bar is when it'll actually action. The baby animal separator. We have the animal rancher for milking and harvesting, from shears, etc., from sheep. The mob crusher to get loot and essence. And then the mob slaughter factory, in case we don't want any loot, etc., and we just want to use them for getting pink slime and liquid meat. And then, of course, our sewer, which will also collect essence, by the way, if anything does die on top of it, which we can pump out for whatever we need with our XP. And also sewage for making fertilizer in the sewage composter for our crops later on. I hope this video was useful for you. If you need to learn more about industrial foregoing, check out the playlist you will shortly see on screen. I've done a complete and ultimate guide for the mod. I've also done a complete beginner's guide, and I also do lots of bite-sized guides like the one you're watching for the entire mod as well. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the playlist tab on my channel, as there's a shelf completely for Minecraft. I do all of the newest releasing games on this channel as well as Minecraft mod guides. So do check out that.